What's up, guys? I just want to show you guys a quick trick that I've learned from the years installing gauges on all of my cars. Sometimes when you buy a gauge pod, it won't exactly be 52 millimeters or whatever size your gauge is. Sometimes it might be a little bit bigger. And this trick is to help you solve that quite easily without having to drill holes or fabricate brackets or anything like that. And it's a super easy fix. So for example, on my Evo X, I'm going to be using where the AC knobs used to be. I removed that since I don't have AC in the track car, and that's where I'm going to put my gauges. So this is the final product. You can see that it's not really moving around anywhere. I'm twisting it a little bit here. Same thing on the back side. I got it snug enough to where it fits, where I can pop it out with a little bit of force, but it won't move around when everything's shaking around. And that fix is just electrical tape. Super simple. So what I've done on this gauge is I've wrapped it around the back, I think 9 times. Specifically, I mean, this is just specific for this opening since it's a little bit bigger than the gauge. So I've wrapped it around 9 times, and it's to the point where the gauge will fit in nicely, but it will still rotate around a little bit, so it's not too snug. So obviously that won't work. If I'm driving the car around or anything like that, hit some bumps, it could wobble out and potentially fall out. So now that I know that 9 is kind of like just barely tight enough, I'm just going to put one more layer of electrical tape around the back. See? Okay, that's perfect. I have a razor blade here, just going to cut it nice and clean. Okay. And then when I put it in, it'll be snug. And then I want to go kind of like with the orientation of which way I went with the electrical tape. So I did it clockwise. So I want to put the gauge in not centered 100%. Maybe right there have the oil temp at like the 3 o'clock. I want to press it in so it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to go from behind using those 2 prongs as kind of leverage. And I'm just going to twist it around until I get it perfectly straight. So I got to go a little bit more. That's about right. So super easy. Don't have to worry about it popping out or anything like that because you have to use a little bit of force. So now if I want to pop it out, I just have to push from behind, wiggle it out, and it'll come out. But I can press it back in. It's nice and snug. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't have to make any crazy elaborate brackets or anything like that in order to keep it in place. And best thing is that if I want to sell the gauges in the future, you know, the gauges haven't been modified whatsoever. I didn't cut into the gauges or glue anything onto the gauges. So I can just simply unpeel all that electrical tape and sell it as is. So that's just a little trick that I've learned over the years, and I wanted to share with you guys. So hopefully some of you guys will be able to benefit from that in the future, or even now if you can't fit a gauge into one of your pods, that'll at least help secure it a little bit more so it doesn't pop out. Super easy fix. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment down below if you guys have any tips or tricks about installing gauge pods. I'd like to hear them. And like the video and also subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. Until the next video, guys. Take care.